Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. This is Veronica Iglesias, and this is Joanne.
Hello.
And here we are in this. We we create this moment to have a conversation with each other.
Mm-hmm.
We want to share with you our perceptions as healers, as light workers, as herbalists working with plants. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we are here together in this beautiful space. Um, thank you. So a little bit about Joanna. I met her maybe 8 years ago in a
Mm-hmm.
kiva
Mm-hmm.
ceremony. She also works with crystals, and I know that she has been working with plants for years.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
tell us a little bit about
I
when and how.
when and how? Oh, okay. Well, so it started like about 35 years ago, when I had come home from California, leaving a bit of a bad relationship, and I had uh, very young children, and the state that I'm from denied my children health care. So that put me in a position. I mean, it sounded awful, but it ended up being just like the best blessing I ever could have imagined, because now I know how to take care of myself. I know how to take care of my people. I know how to take care of a lot of people because it forced me into connecting with the plant world. And nothing could be more beautiful. And I've realized over the years that Mother Earth and Father Sky have literally everything we need, and I mean everything, as in no exceptions. They know what we're going through, they know what we're going to go through, and everything is here and available for us. So I find a lot of love and a lot of answers with the spirit of the plants.
So we're talking about like how long ago? 20,
So
30 years?
it's been about 35 years when I began that path, and I just was very fortunate. I began working for a naturalist who specialized in chiropractic, but she was also an herbalist, a homeopath. She was also a massage therapist, a kinesiologist. So I learned a lot. Got a real education, big education from her. And she performed many miracles where I felt she wasn't really getting somewhere with my children. I would open up my books and learn, and then take it further, my children had healthy immune systems, very healthy spines, and so I kind of realized that I didn't need to rely on the system. And so if they were going to turn my children down, well, it ended up, well, we don't need them anyway. So it sort of worked great, and so I'm happy to this day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've done
totally
nothing.
agree.
Yeah, I've done nothing but plant medicine ever since. I'm not a pharmaceutical person.
Yeah, I agree. Very similar. In my case, I start working with the plants since I will say a very young age, child, because I have very sensitive skin, and that kind of invite me to explore the medicinal properties of the plants for relieve the discomfort in my skin. And later on, I continue study, working with the plants in a deep way. And similar to you, Joanne, my son that is now 15, uh, even during pregnancy and all that, I was supporting myself, my health and his health only with plants. So he, I think he has like almost nothing, no chemicals in his body until now. And he, like your children, my son is very healthy, very strong. He already knows, maybe your children too. He already knows how to take care of himself with few things that he knows what to do when he has some physical discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
Mm-hmm.
very beautiful path working with plants, and I agree with what you were saying. Like
Mm-hmm.
Mother Earth has everything we need for our health to keep healthy, and I will say only when we are open. When
Mm-hmm.
we are open to receive that medicine and remember, because something that I always like to remember is like the our ancestors have been healing themselves for thousands of years with the medicine of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
So all the medical system that we see, the one that refuse you to take care of you, that is very good,
Mm-hmm.
and your children is very new, very brand new. Mhm. And do you have any favorite plans, or are you working with any specific plan right now?
Mm-hmm. So the what ends up happening is I'll have these a few set of favorites or those that I go to the most, and then a different set will call to me for different needs, and so then I'll go over there and then really familiarize myself with those, and then I move on to another, and so it sort of cycles around. But I would say one that kind of stays consistent through it all is calendula.
Mm.
I love calendula. Calendula gets our blood circulating, and so therefore it makes the best use of any herbs that you put inside of your body.
Calendula. I love calendula too.
Yeah.
In my case, again, for the skin, it's very amazing for healing the skin. The
Yes.
skin. And I made some salves for my son. Um,
Mhm.
he had few diaper rash when he was a baby, so that is amazing.
Mhm.
And how are you using the calendula?
I use it in mostly in all of my salves, and I'll also my favorite tea to just drink, especially during the summer or anytime there's a lot of overexertion, is hibiscus and calendula.
Oh.
If I have hibiscus and calendula, I'm okay. I don't have any problems. It could be pounding pounding down with heat wave. As long as I have hibiscus calendula, I'm going to be okay.
Beautiful, perfect.
Mhm.
And I just want to let you know that around us there are several hummingbirds, so if you get lost getting distracted, it's because of that. There's like right in front of us two that are like dancing.
Dancing and playful.
That's so beautiful. They are here. She went up with us during this conversation.
Yeah.
And I one of the things or the reasons why I wanted to have this conversation with us is because in a we have a very similar vision in how we approach the plants in a very spiritual and deep way that sometimes is not very common even in the herbalist world. So that's part of what also we want to share with you, like how to work with the medicinal plants, with the medicine of the earth in a very respectful and sacred way. So that's why I want to have this conversation with you. So what can you tell us about it?
Okay, yeah, thank you for asking, because it is extremely beautiful and an extreme blessing. It's very much a soul connection with the earth and the spirit of the plants. It does, like Veronica was saying, it runs really, really deep, and it's really, really special. And you're able to see, you're able to perceive that there's life there, that there's a spirit there, and you're able to perceive that there's an eagerness there, and so that eagerness feels it's love. They want to love us. If you take a look at the biological makeup of a plant, you'll see similarities to our biological makeup. And so what that does is it gives you a clue that, it might sound a little esoteric, but once upon a time, that's how we all thought. And there is scientific evidence. Science is waking up more and more to what indigenous people have known for a long time. The plants are our earliest ancestors. Of course they love us. We're their descendants. They want to see us well. They want to see us happy. They want to see us strong. And so they have so many properties that can take care of. Each one plant can take care of multiple things, and it's just a beautiful blessing. I love it. So it's really good to sit with the plants and just connect, because then you'll find that love, and it's really a beautiful thing.
Totally, I agree with that approach. And in a way, like people, there's always certain people that has the capacity to connect in a deep way, and that those are the keepers of the knowledge that they were passing that through generations because they listen. It's like you were saying, they just listen. It's how we know how the plants are helping us because they have this conversation hundreds, thousands of years ago, and then they start sharing that knowledge with more people in their community. But everything starts with this deep connection with the plant. Every plant, in the way how I see it, every plant has an spirit, when we are open to connect with that spirit in that the way is how we start the deep connection is when we can start having this conversation, and they are like Joan was saying, they are here to help us, they are very happy to help us, to support us, but also in a very respectful way. Sometimes I see that people who is working with plants forget about that, to make the connection, to have the plant in their gardens, to create this deep friendship with them that way. At some point, what, like for example with me, maybe it's also happening with you, but sometimes when I know I have like something is some imbalance with myself, I can call the energy of the plant, the spirit of the plant, and that can be while I'm driving or when I don't have access to the plant, and that spirit, that energy will come to me and help me to balance my body. So it's like that sacredness is what I want to invite you to start developing if you are interested to work with plants, because it's not just like go to the store and find the plant like a pill, like it's not like that, because I think that's in a way very disrespectful with the spirit of the plant and with all the medicine of the earth. But when we start making this deep connection is what makes the difference, because they help us in a deep way.
Yes,
Hmm.
I completely agree with you. I think with the coming of the pharmaceutical industry, it became sort of a belief system that people ended up getting bought into. And that belief system had people sort of looking at the plant world as commodities.
Mm.
And it's sort of, when you're only looking at the plant world as commodities, that would be why they would just maybe plow a field. And can you imagine? So here are these high conscious beings, and all of their family just gets mowed down at once. You wouldn't want that to happen to us. And so it's good to be instead respectful and sit in a field. It's called wild crafting. You sit and you listen and you consult the ones that you're able to perceive as the grandmothers of that tribe of, say lavender, say you're sitting in a lavender field. You sit there and you wait for the grandmothers to not only give you permission, but to let you know which ones are ready to become medicine. They want to help, but it's very important that we show them deep respect, because the blessings they're giving us, health. Who doesn't want to be healthy? We all want to be healthy. We're not any good for the world unless we are healthy. So it's very important to sit and listen to the spirit of the plants.
Totally, and like Joan was saying, they will let you know which one is ready, and they once they give you permission to harvest, they will even tell you how many branches they are allowing you to take to make your medicine. But I think it's again very important to approach first to connect with our higher self and connect to the higher self of the plants in a very sacred and respectful way, because that way is how we bring more harmony. It's not just we are taking, because like that, like Joan was saying, is just like doing the same that we're doing with as humans we're doing with the rest of the planet. So but when we bring this space, when we cultivate that friendship with the plants, they can help us in a deep way. They can share more secrets, that those things that you can learn in the books or you can learn in classes, because they will share the secrets that are just important for you, for your family or for the people who you are helping in case that you are already thinking in have the medicine or share the medicine with more people. It is super important, and I think we get to remember that as light workers or as healers are people who is working with plants to do it in a very sacred and respectful way.
Exactly, exactly. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, so that basically was our intention with this conversation, uh, to invite you to connect with the plants that are around you. You have some favorites. I have three favorites that were helping me a lot when I moved from Mexico to here, and when I saw them here, I feel like, oh, I'm home in a way. So pick three plants, I will say three, 1 to 3 plants that you feel you want to start developing this connection. If you can have it in your garden, wonderful. If not, go around and find where they are growing, start the connection, talk with them, and listen what are the gifts that they have for you and how they can help you, and if they are open to start a deep connection with you. So that is part of the invitation. Do you have any other idea, Joanne, another invitation for the people? That way they can connect.
Well, I like what you were saying, Veronica, about the number. 3 is a good number. Set of it's good, to have when you're making friends with people. It's good to have a few. To have too many kind of lazy spread then. To have just a few. 3 is a good number to sit down and make friends with 3. I mentioned calendula. I'm also deeply in love with yucca root. Yucca root is very cleansing on the inside. I just love the way it feels inside my body because it keeps me clean on the inside. I'm able to wash my hair, I'm able to wash my skin. So it's just a beautiful plant. And then I also mentioned hibiscus, so that's 3. And so when you get to know 3, then they actually kind of move you on to another set of 3.
Yes.
And just keep going from there and learn the spirit of the plants. What 3 do you connect with the most?
Let's see. Right now, I'm connecting a lot with dandelion root, with burdock, and what can be another one? I will say hibiscus too.
We both love hibiscus.
I love hibiscus in the skin. It's my topic. The skin, and dandelion and burdock, because I'm doing a deep cleansing of my liver, because that is related with the skin issues. So I just know I keep doing that, detoxing my liver, and I love the flavor. So these are my 3 helpers right now.
There you go. And then didn't you also use hibiscus for your hair?
Yeah, for my hair as conditioner.
Yeah, and I remember it coming out very shiny. Yeah.
That's what I'm using now, for my hair. Yes. Well, thank you very much for being with us in this conversation. We will have more conversation in the future. If you have questions, let us know, and that way we can go deep in whatever questions you have. And again, thank you, and make the connection, start the friendship with the plants, and they will be there for you to help us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so much love. See you next time. Joanne, Veronica.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.